She's got legs and knows how to use them. Lauren Boebert doesn't post workout videos, but she manages to maintain her physique anyway. Here are 5 times she showed off her killer legs. Before Lauren Boebert's controversial behavior as a legislator kept her in the headlines, she became semi-famous for operating Shooter's Grill, where patrons were served by waitresses carrying loaded guns. In a photo on the eatery's Instagram page, Boebert has blonde hair and is posing with 2 other women. They're all wearing tees that read "pretty and packing," and she's holding a handgun. Boebert transformed the restaurant into a love letter to Donald Trump when she began backing the former president. One gimmick she came up with to make money off the MAGA faithful was charging them extra to get their burgers trumped. She also peddled Trump merch. In a 2019 photo, she's wearing a God Guns Trump shirt and has a gun tucked in her waistband. That same year, Shooters had a booth at the Tanner Gun Show in Denver. Boebert attended the event in a pair of denim cutoffs, a black t-shirt, and matching cowboy boots. She upgraded her firearm to pose for a photo with 2 other women who were similarly clad and packing heat. The pic was a hit on Shooter's Facebook page. Referring to the women posing with their backs to the camera, one person wrote, "So that's the other side of Shooters. Nice, LOL." Another fan gushed, "God, guns, girls, and gravy on our biscuits. Shooters rocks." But unfortunately for fans of the establishment, they can no longer get their biscuits served this way. Shooter's old building is now a Mexican restaurant.
It is the end of the road for Lauren Boebert's Shooter's Grill and Rifle.
Ginger Gates is the person responsible for sharing the viral bikini pictures of Lauren Boebert and her large tribal tattoo. Ginger is also the wife of Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, who found himself in a bit of a pickle during his 2022 primary race. He had to convince voters to back him even though he was under investigation for allegedly sex trafficking a minor. But Boebert was willing to help a bro out. By then, she was used to handling heavy criticism, and she had discovered that it made her more powerful than a leg press machine ever could. She tweeted in 2020, "I'm a Christian, so they may try to drive me to my knees, but that's where I'm the strongest." In August 2022, Boebert and Gaetz made a campaign stop together at Precision Tactical Arms Company in Florida, the perfect venue for a firearm photo op. Boebert included that picture in an Instagram carousel that also featured a snapshot of her posing with Ginger on the Pensacola shores. Who among us hasn't sat on lipstick and had to have a staffer scrub it off our butt before a big event? This is what happened to Lauren Boebert. Someone photographed a member of Lauren's campaign team tackling the pesky stain on her pale blue pencil skirt while she struck a "what are you going to do" pose. After getting cleaned up, she spent a busy day in Pueblo, Colorado, where she toured the Nature and Wildlife Discovery Center, where she made friends while wearing impractical shoes. In an appearance on The Ross Kaminsky Show, she explained why she favors footwear that gives her Barbie feet.
I am 5'0", and I typically am in heels. In my own personal opinion, when I wear flats, that means I've given up on life.
Lauren Boebert probably wished she had excused herself and gone to the bathroom when she decided that she needed a vape during her infamous September 2023 date at a Denver theater. Instead, she remained in her seat and was escorted out of the venue when other audience members complained about her disruptive antics, so she didn't get to see how Beetlejuice ends. Boebert apologized for her embarrassing behavior and got back to work being a DC disruptor. She even shared a look at the less glamorous side of her job in a February 2024 Facebook pic. She was pictured giving the camera a toothy grin, hoisting a leg up to put a bare foot in the sink, and wiping her toes with a paper towel. She wrote, "Life in heels ain't always glamorous. Sometimes we gals gotta take care of those barking dogs. In all things, find joy." Unfortunately for Boebert, her legs and arches had a lot of work ahead of them. With her future in Congress in jeopardy, she had decided to become a carpetbagger. This meant a lot of time pounding the pavement to prove to her potential new constituents that she deserved to represent them. In April 2024, one of Lauren Boebert's thighs began to swell. According to NBC News, doctors discovered she had a blood clot that required surgery. While one ex-user joked that her penchant for wearing a thigh holster was to blame for her health issue, it was actually May-Thurner syndrome. The condition is caused by one major blood vessel in the leg compressing another. By June, the politician was back in heels and competing in an American Gladiator-style event hosted by the Douglas County Republicans Freedom Fellowship. One of Boebert's Republican primary rivals who faced off against her, Richard Holtorf, had previously likened her clothing to that of a sex worker. Boebert told the crowd, he said, "Ever since I said that, you've been dressing much better." A month later, Boebert rocked a style that was a far cry from the blazer and sheath dress combo Holtorf had reportedly complimented her on. She marched in a parade wearing a brown suede mini dress with fringe on the bust and a high hemline that showcased her tan thighs. To further prove her cowgirl bona fides, she put on a cowboy hat and a pair of patriotic boots. Her footwear appeared to be from Save a Horse singer John Rich's Redneck Riviera line. The new look proved popular. One fan on Facebook gushed, "Love the dress and the boots and who is in them."